Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today I went down a rabbit hole of movie trailers and oh my, Thunderbolts, Mission Impossible, The Return, Gladiator 2. Hopefully one of these movies is actually good, but until we find out, we are going to sit down to watch Sora Kuma playing as the Koreans in red take on Hera playing as the Aztecs in blue. Now all the players heard their herdables explore their immediate surroundings and try to get their butts up to Feudal Age ASAP. Not a bad time for us to take a look at the Civ matchup that we are going to be watching today. The Koreans are a civilization classified as quote-unquote defensive, but you wouldn't know it. All of their tower upgrades are free of charge, making their tower pushes quite efficient and powerful. And starting in the Castle Age, those very same towers can be upgraded to get extra range. Now, to help build these structures, Korean stone miners do work 20% faster than normal. Think Turks and gold, Koreans and stone. And once they get to their secondary stone pile out on the map, which we will take a look at and try to find very shortly, well, their villagers remain a little bit safer from raiding because Korean villagers come with extra line of sight so they can see enemy units coming from a mile away. I'm trying to look for a villager. Instead, I'm looking at turkeys, but take a look at the line of sight on these villagers. Oh my goodness, +3. It is such an incredible feature. Now, if you want to engage in a bit more of a mobile warfare, leave the towers behind. Well, the Korean military does come with a few powerful features. To start with, all of their archer and infantry units cost 50% less wood. Their archer units get free armor upgrades. So we'll take a look at the top left of our screen as these arrows, these boxes underneath the arrow rather, light up age after age after age. Their minimum range on their Magna line units is reduced from 3 to 1, which is a godsend to players with great attack ground skills. And those very same Magna line units, well, forget minimum range. Let's talk about maximum range. You can upgrade them to have 10 freaking range. So if you're playing against the Koreans, please do make sure your castle range upgrades are in order, or else you might find yourself fighting in a pile of rubble. Now, if you're tired of playing defense, you want to roam around the map looking for some kills, you can turn to the unique unit of the Koreans, the War Wagon. This is a mounted archer unit with very healthy amount of HP, high base pierce armor, and one of the strongest base attacks of any archer unit in the game. And remember, even though it's called the War Wagon, it is still an archer unit and therefore does benefit from the free archer upgrades that I just mentioned and the wood discount as well. So let's take a look at who some of those Korean arrows might be pointed at today. We've got Hera playing as the Aztecs in blue. We've seen them recently, a warrior monk civilization. Their monks gain 5 hit points for every single tech that's researched, so a fully upgraded Aztec monk comes with no fewer than 100 freaking HP. That help with the gold cost of upgrading your monks, which is significant. Any relics that the Aztecs gather do generate 33% more gold. Boar pull, boar down. I saw a little shiny light on the minimap, and like a kitten with a ball of yarn, I immediately pounced, even though I'm looking at Hera's base at the moment. Now, to support their monks on the battlefield, all Aztec military units are trained 15% faster. Their skirmishers can be upgraded to get extra range and attack, which might be a little problematic for Korean archer units, and their infantry can be upgraded to get a massive +4 attack boost, which is great because the Aztec unique unit is the Jaguar Warrior, an overall middle-of-the-road infantry unit, but one that comes with a pretty strong attack bonus against other infantry. So will we get to see it? Will we not? I'm leaning towards not, but now that I've said that, now that I've put that thought out into the ether, you better believe we're going to see about 1 million Jaguar Warriors. Now, to support their military production, Aztec villagers do carry 3 extra resources right from the very beginning of the game. And if you take a look at the top right of your screen, where my mouse is doing a bit of a loop-de-loop, you'll see that they start the game with 50 extra gold. So either they get loom for free of charge, or they can train 2 extra militiamen and do a little bit of a early drush, paid for by the developers of the Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition game. In the meantime, it looks like Sora Kuma is going to discover where Hera's base is. Body blocking the scout. The scout does a little bit of a basketball move. Deacon to the left, Deacon to the right, and eventually going around the scout. I'm not sure Hera noticed the scout or he didn't. In any event, Sora Kuma does discover where his opponent is, and Hera, for his part, assuming that, you know, the spawning locations in Age of Empires are somewhat normal, is heading probably into this direction, and Sora Kuma not too far away. So Hera will see that secondary stone pile I mentioned in the intro for the Koreans any second now, and once he sees that it's 4 patches, okay, maybe not. Cigarette break for this scout. Once he sees that these are 4 patches, he'll see that he's in the right area. Now the question is, will he go up? Will he go left? He's probably going to keep going up. He knows. I'm pretty sure he's played this game before. And now he sees it. He hits Feudal. Immediately the line of sight increases. And so now he knows exactly where his opponent is. Let's take a look at Hera's primary resources. Gold to the front, stone to the back. Extra gold and extra stone in the forward position. And then a third patch of gold next to some unclaimed turkeys. Uh-oh. All the way to the left side of his base, which he's, by the way, already walled off. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Has he not seen? He hasn't. Look how sour this is. Usually, I point this out for relics. But gobble, gobble. That is a very sour line of sight miss there for our Aztec, who is sending out a second Eagle Scout towards the Korean base. Korean base, gold and stone primary, both kind of to the rear, but not really to the rear. Already forming part of a wall off is the primary gold. We saw the extra stone to the bottom. We see now the extra gold to the bottom right and extra gold to the top right as well. So all 5 resources kind of strewn about, not really in any kind of cohesive, sensical location as the scouts now engage into one another. Let's see who comes out here victorious. Where is the second blue scout? Okay, he is making his way forward. Hera might want to try to delay this as long as possible till this healthier scout shows up. Okay. Okay. Sora Kuma not falling for it. Does he want to get an attack off against the weaker scout? How much HP is left? 5. Okay, I mean, 1 attack. He doesn't have any melee armor, this eagle. They usually come with pierce armor. And so 1 attack from the scout will kill, but oh no. Not 1, but 2 pokes to the horse's ass. And it is our Korean who loses the first unit. Hera, with his 2 forward eagle scouts, gets the first kill, draws first blood. And now he's here with 3 scouts. I'm surprised he's here still with this 1. I'm surprised that Sora Kuma hasn't managed to kill this 1 yet. But 12 minutes into the game, no ballistics, which means that this eagle now having run away. I would usually say coward, but when you foughten? That's not a word. When you fought the enemy till literally your last breath. Is this 2 eagle warriors, by the way? That is so sour. I thought we got rid of this. In Age of Empires. It's so annoying when information is basically power in a RTS game, that your units can clump up like this and hide, and you can't really, your opponent can't really see the very nature of your army like that, and you don't even know the very nature of your army unless you highlight them. And I'm not going to call him a coward because he fought valiantly, and now he's being put out to pasture. Knowing Hera, by putting out to pasture, I mean he's going to be very active looking for relics. And now these archer units may have ventured a little bit too far. Spearmen as well. Hera's growing his eagle count. He's up to 5. Their HP is only down 10%. And this is where that forward gold is going to come to bite him in the ass. And he has his extra gold very far to the left, which means he is nowhere close to getting any gold at the moment. Which is why he repurposed his villagers into lumberjacks. But we're up to 10 eagles. And that should be enough here. High ground notwithstanding. Why is Hera being so hesitant to take this fight? Oh, he's waiting 5 more seconds for an armor upgrade to kick in. Meanwhile, he's taking a bunch of arrow fire. And there we go. Armor kicks in. Armor kicking in for our Korean in 20 seconds, as we should have seen had yours truly pointed it out, but of course didn't. Padded archer armor got for free there for our Korean. Hera is housed. We saw this last time Hera played. Even if it's for a few seconds, not something that's very usual for this player, whose eagles continue to take a little bit of damage here and there. Nothing too serious as they continue running around, massing their numbers. He's up to 12. Will he take the high ground here? Spearman a little bit further back, so I'm again surprised for a second time Hera's not taking this fight. And then I look to the top right of our screen, I see forging. Will he take it now? I mean, it's feudal. You've pretty much maxed out your army. Okay. Maybe this was the name of the game. Lure the Korean army into a tower. Although engaging into a tower war as an Aztec against the Korean is about as ballsy as you can get. Aztecs, I think, are probably, I want to say one of the worst when it comes to their architectural strength. I mean, no masonry for their castles, no architecture, or pardon me, no hoardings for their castle, no masonry general, no architecture. They don't get keeps. So I'm not too sure you really want to engage into a tower, but I don't think he's going to get. I'm just running my mouth. This is just pretty much, hey, stay the hell away from my gold. Although I'm a little bit surprised it's not more forward. This still will expose his villagers to some counter archer play if our Korean invests in the old crossbow bodkin combo. Still just 1 kill, 17.5 minutes into the game. That one scout who got poked to death. Where is that super duper weak eagle? Are you in the castle? A few of them are in the castle. Look at that. Hera is just keeping his army very safe at the moment. Allowing Sora Kuma to have his way with this base, but wait a second. Wait a second. A set of wall-offs here. Oh no, he's lost a villager as Hera. He's lost a second villager. He's gonna lose a third villager. But this is a one-way trip for our Korean. He's already lost an archer here as he was stopping to kill villagers. Loses more now. And the Eagles finally feel free to tinkle this army to death. Sora Kuma tries to take the high ground next to these beautiful lily pads, but way too much eagle, and this is exactly why I was a little bit surprised Hera didn't take this fight before. But maybe our Aztec was waiting until the Korean numbers were juicy enough. You know, it's like waiting for a hamburger. You don't want to eat it too early, you don't want to eat too late either. You just want to eat it when the porridge is just right. Man, oh man, did I mix up my metaphors there? That porridge was too cold, that porridge was too hot. This porridge was just right. Look at all the quivers on the ground as Hera takes a decisive 18-7 kill lead, but he's lost 3 villagers. That being said, both players are heading up to Castle Age on the exact same villager count. Hera's only down about 15 seconds. He does have about 34. So about 1 villager extra TC idle time, or less TC idle time. Now we are in feudal, which means these Eagle Scouts come with absolutely no bonuses to speak of. Oh no, I mean, Hera's got to take this personally. Your elite or your unique unit is the Jaguar Warrior. Your opponent is going around the map killing Jaguars. I mean, you got to take that personally. If you're not going to take that personally, I don't know what the hell you're going to do in Age of Empires. But in 48 seconds, assuming I remember to click or have my mouse clicked on this eagle, we'll see these bonuses. Building should be +2. Camel cavalry, not that we're gonna see camel, will be, oh wait, before we see that, take a look at the top left of your screen. Castle Age padded archer armor becomes 3, 2, 1. There we go. Leather archer armor. For a second it didn't click and I got a little bit worried, thinking, hey, wait a second, hey dummy, you don't know this game as much as you thought you did. I'm still highlighting the eagle. Oh, pardon me, bonus. I'm such an idiot. Building 0. Cavalry is +2. I don't know why I was thinking building was +2. I'm not sure why Hera's attacking the archery range when there's 2 palisade gates here, but whoa Nelly, we are going cavalry archers here as the Korean. It looks like he's mopped up that one last non-crossbow archer here, and I was wondering why we're not seeing the crossbow upgrade and instead just bodkin, because he is going cavalry archer. Okay, I mean, it's a serviceable unit, to say the least. The only thing I think it's missing is bloodlines at this point of the game. Imperial Age, you'd also missing Parthian, but in Castle Age, bloodlines is pretty much the only thing that you don't get. And I guess instead of 40 wood, 60 gold, it's 20 wood. Okay, so let's see. It's also, by the way, one of the few units the Koreans have that can outrun the eagle. And so maybe that's more along the lines of thinking of Sora Kuma here, who manages to save this archery range. And now with arson, by the way, that I think I saw that flaming torch, the burning torch of the mob going after the Frankenstein monster. Yeah, now it's building attack bonus +2. And Hera says, hey, I'm going to attack this palisade, then I'm going to move out and attack this palisade, then I'm going to move out and attack this palisade. But our Korean villager too quick as she constructs the house here. Looks like an eagle has died to the cav archers. Let's take a look at the numbers here. They attack on an 8 against the eagle, whose armor is at a 5 right now. So they do 3 damage. There are 12 of them, 36 damage. So not enough to one-shot an eagle as Hera brings home his first relic. Eagles are returning home. It looks like Not too sure what killed this one eagle. There might have been some cavalry archers. Yeah, maybe some of these guys. They do have one kill. And here we go. We've seen it. Mongol versus Teuton. We've seen it in a number of Hun games versus slower, heavy cavalry games. Now we are seeing it in Korean v Aztec. If it was an American court case, or as we say in Canada, versus. I guess in the USA you would say and, right? I think the American legal system is when you don't say versus, you say and. Oh, converted unit dies. And now let's see. Will Sora Kuma's micro prevail? Will his kiting be better? Or will Hera's micro prevail? Generally, the chasing unit is the one that's disadvantaged, just given the pathing of this game and how they clump one behind the other. So far, Hera hasn't gotten a single attack, okay? As I say that, a little tinkle tinkle I do here of these eagle spears. Looks like he's attacking the front of the Korean base at the same time. I mean, this is just... Okay, finally does manage to get one. I was going to say, this is incredibly sour for our Aztec, who loses so many eagles, but he's finally starting to get a little bit of damage. I think, what was that, 3 cavalry archers and a knight? I'm not too sure why there even is a knight for our Korean. Maybe he had the resources, said why the hell not? I'm just going to throw something into the meat grinder. Look at the kill count, 37 to 23. And by the way, Stonewall's behind this. Our Korean defending the forward portion of his base as another eagle, another eagle, another eagle. And you got it, another eagle do fall. Hera finally expanding to the left side, finally discovering his turkeys. And will he go after the turkeys first? Will he go after the gold? Now, to be fair, going cavalry archers against the Aztecs is a ballsy move. Not only does the eagle eventually mature, grow up, you know, have some life experience, travels to Europe, does a bunch of drugs, comes home, thinks he knows shit. He becomes the elite eagle warrior. But forget the elite eagle warrior, they have one of the deadliest skirmishers in the game. Cavalry archers move in. It looks like something died here. Not sure if it was a turkey. It was a villager. They do have the elite skirmisher with Autolot, which is a castle age upgrade that increases their range and attack by 1. And then if we're lucky enough for this game to go to Imperial, I mean, 9 range on a skirmisher is pretty damn bonkers. And so let's see if that's the path that he wants to go down. It looks like he got another villager kill. Hera's villagers kind of hanging out. A 3rd. A 4th. Will he get a 5th before these 2 eagles force him to run away? Oh, he thought he would, but he didn't. Ouch. Now, Hera is going the monk route just because, you know, Aztec monks, extra HP. He's already gathered 1 relic. And what's the tech that he has researched? No techs yet. Ooh, okay, okay. Not too sure why I thought he had a tech with 30 HP. My apologies. Bit of a brain fart move there. More conversions, 1, 2. Okay, I mean, outlawed skirmishers aside, monks are getting good amounts of conversions, but they are slow AF. They do not have any extra HP, as I just found out to my confusion. And they die. 4th town center for our Korean in a very interesting depression here. Not too sure about that location, as our Aztec goes up to a 3rd town center himself. More archers moving. Ooh, will they see? Ooh, if they were Tatar archers, they may have seen. Or pardon me, if they were Tatar cavalry archers, they probably would have seen that monk and gotten it if he was paying attention. That being said, Sora Kuma is busy here, microing from the low ground. Hera happy to just keep running around. As long as he doesn't take damage, this tower can keep firing. The villagers can keep constructing the TC, which will go up and will be able to harbor some villagers inside. Both of them going with a bit of a wonky location for a TC right next to the wood in a very exposed position here. I mean, any cavalry group down south here will wreak havoc. Hera's monk taking the long way home. Maybe he saw those. He definitely, I think, saw those cavalry archers that were running around. Now they're coming in for round 2. Will Hera get another conversion? I mean, this is just absolute epic micro out of Sora Kuma right now. Hera's just not finding, aside of course from the conversion and any overstepping of the toe into the part of the park that says do not walk on this part of the grass. Hera is finding absolutely no kills right now. Look at the kill count, 92 to 32. And this is just mobility and range at its peak. This is micro at its peak as he kites left, right, and center. He has ballistics, and now Sora Kuma feels comfortable enough to start getting economic upgrades. His resources suggest that he might be thinking about going up to Imperial. I love that he's only got 18 villagers on wood, because why the hell not? You only need that number. Another conversion. Tower takes off more HP. Hera's pathing for some of these reinforcing eagles is absolutely wonky. He has managed to get 3 relics, which for the Aztecs generates gold, the same as 4 relics for everyone else. Because remember, their relics generate 33% more gold. And Sora Kuma still has triple the kill count, 14 villagers killed. Hera is down 33 villagers, and now this is where the oddness of the town center placement comes in. Although the oddness of the tower is also a little bit weird, right? I thought maybe pushing a little bit more here, maybe to the left. Not too sure what the point of this location is, but doesn't really matter. Now he's teefing the stone. And he's teefing at a 20% faster mining rate. Scorpions pop out. They're going to try to get something done here. Hera does not have ballistics. Take advantage of the developer's gift to everyone but the Romans. Okay, he has defended the forward portion of his base. It looks like an eagle is here. Gets a villager. Actually, he looks like got 2 villagers. Okay. Now, how safe will he get? Oh, he does not. How safe is this Korean base from eagle attacks? Because I've said this a million times. Every time we watch a Meso-Civ in action, you always have to be prepared. Where the hell is Vil going? Okay, they're going into the tower, realizing the castle may not necessarily go up right now. Anytime you play against a Meso-Civ, you need to be worried about eagle run-bys. And I'm looking at the mini-map. Our Korean base is freaking open. That being said, if he does get attacked, he can run home, because his cavalry archers just slaughtered. Hera is not able to get his military count up, because every time he does, these cav archers run in, they force a fight, and then they absolutely crush whatever army he has. But here we go. Run by number, let's call it number 1, even though there was that one eagle we saw a second ago. And already getting gains as this run by, as no fewer than 2 villagers bite the dust. At the same time, Jaguar takes revenge on our Aztec, mistaking him for the Korean. Hey, I didn't kill you, says Hera. Leave me the hell alone. And now his eagles disperse. One goes left, one goes bottom left, one goes to the top right. Will he get the monks? They do come with a good attack bonus, like +8 against monks. But unfortunately, Hera's villagers are leading these eagle warriors straight into the cavalry archers. And a minute from Imperial is our Korean, who, having constructed 1 castle, is now plopping down another castle. And here we go. This defensive, quote-unquote, nature of the Koreans on full display offensively as their cavalry archers move in. 17 villager kills, but out of nowhere, Hera's managed to kill 14 Korean villagers. Now, it's not really helping with his deficit. He's still at a 31 villager, now 30, now back to 31. I could do this all day. Deficit. And he's been cleaned up. So he's managed to actually even up the Vil kill count, 17 apiece. Absolutely hilarious. Sora Kuma playing it super safe with a gate and wall offs, just to make sure no eagles can rear end those villagers. Why are you even bothering attacking when there's palisades here? Why are you not attacking the palisades? Okay, he is. And now Hera's in a bit of trouble, although not too much left here. A few farmers, a lumberjack. Hera's 3 minutes away from Imperial himself. He needs to get the numbers up. These are not Incan Eagle warriors that come at a discounted food cost. He's going to have to pay full price. And if he wants to upgrade them, if he wants to keep getting them up to fighting condition, because our Korean is in Imperial, and brilliant move out of Sora Kuma to prioritize armor upgrades. When you're missing bloodlines, you really need to prioritize armor upgrades, especially against the Eagles, who don't actually come. Despite what you might think about this unit, how good it is at killing archers, it doesn't actually come with an attack bonus against archers or cavalry archers. I think it's relying more on its pierce armor to do to keep it alive. Oh no, oh no, oh no, this is gonna be so bad for Hera. This is gonna be so freaking bad for Hera. It deletes his mining camp so his eagles can get us around, but the cavalry archers just dance Fred Astaire style, tiptoeing to the left, tiptoeing to the right. And now Hera's playing a dangerous game. He's distracting the cavalry archers with eagles as his villagers construct the castle. Will he get it up? I mean, it's definitely going up, but how many villagers did he lose? I think something like 10, 11 villagers. About 1, 2, 3. 3 cavalry archers for that many villagers, and the dancing. Forget Fred Astaire. We've got Michael Jackson eagles here. Hee, going left, right, and Hera pulling out all the stops to get that castle to go up. And now his stone is safe. Now immediately Otlot. Immediately Otlot. I will say it a third time. Immediately Otlot. Immediately archery ranges. And immediately skirmishers. He instead is going elite eagle warriors. The trebs are out. Towers protecting the rear. Town center is down, but Hera's gotten most of the gold here. Only one real patch left. Villagers taking on a cavalry archer who, I don't know what the hell is going on here. What the hell was that? Do not do drugs. They have fentanyl in them these days. And so that cavalry archer, yeah, there you go. Cautionary tale, but 4 reinforcements arrive. We'll see them chasing. And now we've got elite eagle warriors. Attack upgrades, not great. Armor upgrades, not great. We're going to be at a +4 armor soon. +4 pierce armor. But these are going to be heavy cav archers. Okay, he's going after the trebs. Gets 2 of them immediately. Gets a 3rd. We'll get a 4th. And this is now where the eagles become incredibly dangerous. With 8 pierce armor. He says, highlighting a cavalry archer by mistake. Their longevity on the field of battle is not to be underestimated, but look at what's going on here. Sora Kuma has literally 3 times the villager kill count. I'm not sure he really needs to... How many cavalry archers here? 31. Okay, well, I guess I shouldn't second guess, because Hera says enough is enough. You have isolated my villager, and despite a few fancy maneuvers, where's that castle? Oh, goodness, the castle went out. Well, there you go. I feel like I feel like the castle was never really there. I feel like I've just been what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? What's that word when you're like an asshole to somebody and you tell them, oh, it never happened, but it did. It's like in the dating world when you try to make someone believe something that didn't happen, or when something happened that it didn't happen. Was that castle really there? Now it's not. Now there's a monastery, and we're back to a mining camp. In any event, though, that fancy footwork was amazing, but 54 villager kills. Hera's score is literally half his opponent. Sora Kuma with the decent, pretty damn good cav archer of the Koreans, abusing the fact that they only cost 20 wood, and now he's got a hand cannoneer, so the eagles absolutely don't stand a chance, because these badasses come with a +10 attack bonus against infantry, and it's not bad enough that these are now heavies. You're now facing an attack bonus, and you don't have any more castles. Did he get Otlot? He did not. Okay. So Hera opting to go for brute force as opposed to trying to zone out the range. But unfortunately for him, Sora Kuma, I was going to say Hera Kuma, Sora Kuma, from the first engagement after losing his archer force here, said, you know what, forget foot archers, you're attacking my archery range, which by the way is still up. I'm just going to go cavalry archers. I'm going to dictate the pace of the game because I have the quicker unit, and let's see how good you are at chasing a horse, Mr. Eagle Warrior. And these should be at 1.43 movement speed, which is great, but not as fast as 1.54. So it is the fastest foot unit in the game, is the Elite Eagle Warrior. I should say the fastest infantry unit in the game. But man, oh man, Sora Kuma just absolutely dictating the pace of the game, and also abusing, by the way, the fact that the secondary gold and stone were off campus, and Hera didn't even get to mine his second or third patch of gold. And so Hera really only mined his primary gold, then had to go very far off campus to get this gold. This town center got discovered. This stone quarry got discovered. and Sora Kuma just unrelenting. He was here, he was there, he was everywhere. And with that omnipresence and the cavalry archer, just how that chase that we saw happening throughout the map, throughout the game was just fantastic. Like I said, unfortunately, the cavalry archer does have the advantage being the faster unit and being the more microable unit, whereas when you're chasing an Age of Empires, you know how annoying it is when 3 or 4 units get stuck behind one another, and it must have been so frustrating for Hera to just not be able to close. At the end of the day, how many, what did he kill, like a knight and 3 cavalry archers for probably like 12 or 13 eagle warriors? Which they're not cheap. They're still 50 gold each. 163 eagles, 100 cav archers, and then that's it. That's literally it. Everything else, these cannoneers literally made an appearance 5 seconds ago. I would be shocked if they even have 1 kill. Yeah, they don't have any kills. So Sora Kuma's army pretty much memeing it up with 100 cavalry archers. Hera, for his part, I love that the second most unit for him, most bountiful unit, were these converted cav archers. That's absolutely epic. And eagle warrior count. Now, one-on-one, obviously the eagle, we saw how well they do when you don't move, and then you lose about 1 million trebuchets and eagle warriors with that 8 pierce armor that they have. But unfortunately, Hera, no real attack upgrades. Peak APM, middle of the game, peak APM, right at the end of the game, Hera double the APM of his opponent. And nowhere, I did it again when this new gold spent and bought. This is confusing me. It's making my, for 2 years I've been doing this channel, so my muscle memory kicks in, and I look at like the conversions, and now all of a sudden it says tribute. In any event, relic gold 2,400 for our Aztec, who at the end of the day, with that 2,400, still just has a little tiny bit, 800 gold more than his opponent, and that's the only metric he leads in economically. The economy's, to be fair, for such a huge disparity in villagers, is not. I mean, it's terrible. It's not, but it's not that terrible. 6,000 more wood, 1,000 more food, a lot more stone. Big surprise there for our Korean, although not really using that stone. What was the static defensive, offensive structures like at the end of the day? 2 castles and 3 keeps. Okay, so not really, again, not really using that stone. Okay, it is what it is. 9 conversions. 8 of them we saw were those cavalry archers. 1 of them must have been something else. 12 raisings to 0 goes to our Korean, whose trebs popped out a lot earlier than his opponent. And here you go. Look at the numbers. Like we saw triple the villager count, but really more than double the total kill count. And this is just an absolute clinic. Like I said, Teuton versus Mongol is the OP kind of, hey, I have a more powerful but slower unit, and you have a little bit less of a powerful but much quicker unit kind of matchup. Trope, if I can use that word. But this is like a new age one, Korean versus Aztec, and unfortunately Hera just cannot close on the cavalry archers, and Sora Kuma absolutely everywhere with his cavalry archers, literally teeth and resources left, right, and center. Ooh, okay, there we go. I got to say that. And Hera's left with his primary stone. His primary gold is mined out, and even with 4 relics, unfortunately our Aztec just could not literally catch up to the Korean military machine. Taps out, lives to fight another day now that his entire settlement has been gutted. No more castles. Barracks are now also under attack. 4 of them still, but he's got enough gold for 3 eagle warriors. So what the hell is he going to do? Maybe in a second enough for 4 eagle warriors. Has our Korean discovered this little area? No, he hasn't. So this is still a little bit of gold that our Aztec could have gotten. But what the hell are you going to do now? There's towers out. Now there's going to be even more trebs out. And more importantly, you caught wind of this guy. And so this guy showing up with his gun that does +10 attack bonus against eagles. And Hera did try on the other side of the map to get some kind of action done. Unfortunately, his eagles chased the villagers straight into hell, and they all died. And he just did not get the damage that he needed. Although he did manage to even up the Vil kill count 17 to 17 for a hot second, right up until Sora Kuma said, hey, wait a second. I've got a heavy cavalry archer, so why don't I just kill some villagers too? And then he tripled the Vil kill count. Hera taps out, lives to fight another day, and it is Sora Kuma who, with the omnipresent cavalry archer nonstop. I mean, look at how beaten these guys are. Look at their HP. They're down 1,085 kills for these 41, more than 2 kills apiece. They are grizzled veterans at this point, and it's with this old guard that Sora Kuma takes the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.